everybody. This is Uncle Mike with mission 6 of my Kerbal Kareer on Kerbal Space Program on the Xbox. So this is Kerbal Space Program Enhanced Edition with the Making History DLC. And last time we left off, we had put our second relay sat up into orbit. So if we take a look here, we had put a second relay sat up. You can see they're talking to each other and they're talking to the Space Center. We also have Sat 1 Mun is way out here now. We're going to see if we can get control of that once it gets back toward Kerbin, so we can maybe deorbit it. If not, we can just terminate it, or maybe we'll do something else with it. Maybe we'll just send it out with all of its fuel and just send it out into, you know, interplanetary space or something, just to see what happens with it. So it has some very small, very small antenna on it, so it will just go out there and return at some point perhaps. But that's what we can do. We can put it in orbit around the sun or something. Who knows what we'll do with that. But what I'm thinking about doing here now is go ahead and get back in and do some manned contracts, because got a lot of components opened up in the research and development tree. So I really like what we've done with the research and development tree here, and move toward miniaturization and move toward, you know, smaller components for the smaller probe designs. But we need some funds, and so I figured what we could do is we could do some Manley missions. And the reason why I call them Manley missions is because Manley program, named after Scott Manley, the virtual astronaut on YouTube. The link to his YouTube is in the description below, is because I want to get some funds. And so we need to get our Manley program back up and get some Kerbals back into space, because we've really been doing mostly here my Comrade program, which is my unmanned program, which is named after Admiral Andre. Is my Comrade program named after Admiral Andre. His link is also in the description below. And I just like Admiral Andre's YouTube videos, his career and stuff like that of Kerbal Space Program, and that's what he says. He just always says, "Hello, comrades." And so I figured that would be a good little shout out for Admiral Andre and for Scott Manley. So let's go into here, and we've got 2 tourists on a high G adventure, which is have them pass out from G forces. Wow, that's crazy. Okay. Didn't really know about that. What else do I have? Anything else? Position a satellite in synchronous orbit around Minmus. I like these high G ones. This might be kind of interesting. So bring 2. So have Carly pass out. And it doesn't look like it has to be on the same flight. I don't see that. So started a tour at a high. Keep them alive and show the limits of. Don't have to. Well, maybe we do have them. Oh, it looks like we. Wonder. I'm gonna go ahead and grab this because that's what we said we were gonna do. All the Sepratron into a flight. Not really too worried about that. Did I get anything? I'm not ready to go to Minmus, so probably can just go ahead and explore the Mun. Not sure what that means. Orbit the Mun, gather it complete, and then return to Kerbin from orbit of the Mun. So yeah, there's. So I like the Mun ones. Radial decoupler landed. That's where you got to activate it through the staging sequence. So that one's pretty easy to do. We've already done some tests of that at the. Here's another one that tests the solid rocket booster. We'll go ahead and grab that one. That's an easy one also. We're limited to only 2 contracts, so what we've got to do. So let's go ahead and let's do this one contract, just get some money, which is the test the booster. We can just take all the fuel out of it. You can still run the test. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to go ahead and grab our little probe body, and then under structure I'm going to grab this right here to attach to it. There we go. And then we can look at this, and it was test the flea. Flea is right down here. We'll attach the flea there. Actually, go ahead and move this. Move this to right there. Then what we can do is we can just, we're gonna make it orange because that is the official color of Uncle Mike here. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna limit the thrust to 0, take the fuel out. Now we're gonna go ahead and launch this. Then we just need to run it through staging, not run a test, run it through staging. And that should then give us the test. So that's all we're doing. So throttle all the way back. SAS is on, don't need it. So US 5, 4, 3, 2, oh, that's not what I want. Staging is a problem. I almost did not do my staging check. So want the engine, I don't want it to fall and destroy it. So there we go. Staging is correct. Throttle is set and go. SAS is go. TMS 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And there we go. So we got that contract. No fuel, no thrust, nothing there. So we went ahead and we got that done. So we got a little bit more money. That's good. So now we can just go ahead and recover the whole vehicle. And we can go ahead and see if there's some more contracts that deal with manned spaceflight. So there we go. A little bit of science, a little bit of funds. Always need the funds and the science. So all the Sepatron, science from around. So transmit or recover scientific data from space around Kerbal. So that doesn't say anything. So we want to space around Kerbal. So just bring this back. So I think we'll go ahead and grab that one. We can put it on with our tourists. All right, so let's go ahead now and see what we can do here. I have an idea. I have an idea for what to do with this high G thing. This is, we might not even put our science in here. So let's go ahead and start a new craft. So let's now get, go ahead and put those on. Make it white and gray, yeah. Next, what we're gonna do is, we'll go ahead and do this as a manned flight, but I don't know if I'll save it. I don't think I'll save it. We're gonna get fairly interesting here. I'm gonna try something. I might kill some people. Jeez. So what I'm gonna do here is, it's a payload? No. Ability. Yes, there it is. There is our tourist trap. Just in case, we're gonna go ahead and put heat shield on this. Then what we're going to do is we're going to put some drogues. I'm gonna put, I just want to make sure this survives, so we're gonna put 3 drogues on here. Three drogues. These. Raise the drogues up. I like the drogues to come out way high and way early. Put these at about, because we're gonna fly some people here. So there we go. Leave that open like that because eventually we'll unlock the docking station and the docking port, and we can put that there if we want to. So that's what I'm looking at here. Now here's where it's going to get interesting. I'm going to look at the center of gravity for all this stuff. So there is, oops, there is the center of gravity, and here is, so see, this is going to want to flip over. This is not really going to be stable this way. So this is where we're going to get interesting and try this. We are going to, we're going to make this like a bomb. And we are going to, I think this would work. I don't see why it wouldn't. So now we've got this bomb design to bring them back, and that should be fairly stable by itself now, because then the aerodynamic center is behind the, when it's falling, the aerodynamic center, the blue circle, is behind the center of mass, so it doesn't want to flip over now, so those fins are good. So basically we've made this little bomb here. All right, so now what we're going to do is we're going to have to make sure that we get them to pass out. So we know coupling. Do I have any type of structural stuff that I could, I've got the adapter right now. If we're concerned about, though, we might need to be concerned about the aerodynamics of this because of those fins. What we'll do is we'll just put a protective aerodynamic shell around it. You know that I like to do 2 or 3. I'm going to try 3 this time. Give me a percentage. That is weird. 0.82. What? This doesn't make a lot of sense. Grab a hold of this and drag it. Why it's must be a bug maybe. All right, well, I'm gonna do clamshell design. I don't know what this is really gonna look like, but there you go. Weird. I'm not really sure, but we'll go with that. There we go. All right, so we've got now our thing tucked in there. Now what we want to do is we want to give this thing a big enough engine, enough fuel that we pass out. Do I even have an engine that sticks on there? Yes, I do. Probably the skipper, the wolf. Skipper do 650. Yeah, that should give us. Have it. I have a fuel tank though. That. Oh yeah, do it right here. Didn't this that fit that? No, it doesn't. That's stupid. Okay, well, we're not going to do that then. So now what we're going to do is we're going to get crazy here. I do have another engine we could work with, which is this right here. So we could get. Ooh, God, is that going to kill them though? Can they die? Well, I know they can die, but. Well, if this doesn't work and we can't get them to pass out with this, we can always then do something different, right? So why not? We shall test it. So now what I'm going to do is to give controllability or maneuverability, we're going to put these pins on. Raise this up a little bit right there. And then going to go ahead and put on the launch stabilizer. So now we're just going to put both fairing goes off, separation, and bring them back. So this should not get us to orbit or anything. That's not what we're trying to do. We're just trying to pass them out. So very interesting. Do I have action groups? Do I have action groups now? Yes, I do. Since I guess I unlocked something or I get action groups. Very cool. Put them in there. Right. I didn't even know that I got action groups. Let's just launch this thing. Mark 1. This vessel contains experiment which are not available. Mark 1 crew cabin. Oh, I guess I haven't bought it. Oh. For the Space Center. Yes, save and continue. Yeah, overwrite it. It's unnamed, it's untitled. This is not a really a manly. There we go. Sometimes the Xbox version's a little squirrely, and so you gotta explain it to it. So, all right. So in the tree now, I guess we need to. find where that is. There it is. We need that. Interesting things there. Okay, so there we go. Let's get that. Let's go back. Now we should be able to launch our vehicle and see if we can get these guys to pass out. So we'll make sure we check staging here. This is a very interesting, an interesting mission here to get them to pass out from high G's, which I think I have it set at 10. So we really got to kick it up here. So let's see what happens. So we're ready. Here we go. So staging looks go. Throttle is set. Doesn't matter. We have, it's a solid rocket booster. There's no throttle. SAS is set. So T-minus 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and ignition. Have to burn some fuel. There's no way we're gonna get them to. Actually, this is a really cool design. Go ahead and get them going out over the water here. Go. Keep continuing to push this here. Hopefully the vehicle here survives this. It's gonna get real hot here. Does not look like we're going to get them to pass out here, but we're going to get to be able to test our bomb design here. So we actually need to add more boosters a little bit, so no problems. Got a crazy ballistic flight here. Ooh, this might not end well at all. This is a hell of a ballistic flight. Oh my god, this I might just kill all my Kerbals. Go ahead and get up here to apoapsis, the highest point. Go ahead and get rid of that fairing. It worked out nice, so it's 4 pieces there, so it worked out really good. I like that. Go ahead and now do separation. Oh, I wanted to make that, try to make that recoverable. So maybe it'll splash. Well, it will go in the water, but I don't know if it'll survive. So. All right, so now we're gonna try this bomb design here. Not look good at all. I'm very high. So I'm just gonna go ahead and kind of get a position. Let's time warp, see what happens here. This might not end well here at all. We are gonna hit this thing and we are gonna be real fast. Might get them to pass out here on re-entry. But we might lose them too. Here we go. Got major overheating warnings. And I'm not really sure why, because those fins should help keep it straight. Not really sure. They should have passed out. That was crazy G's. Drogue's coming out. Oh, I didn't check staging right. It looks good there. I don't think, no, see, they didn't pass out though. Oh, maybe. So it looks like did I? I don't see. Or maybe I got to bring them back, and so then I don't know, we'll see. This is my first manned mission here, so not necessarily, I mean, it is a manly mission because it is manned, but I think I need to maybe rename the tourist business. So now we just gotta warp down because got all the parachutes way too high here. So yeah, I think what we're gonna do here is we can maybe not even do contracts right now. Maybe just do manly missions. Get some Kerbins up into space, up into orbit. We still have that to do for like the milestone, the world milestones and stuff. So that might be worthwhile. So. Or maybe under parachutes, it's not actually considered flying, so that's why I didn't get it. But clearly, they went to 15 Gs, and I have it set for I think 10 Gs, so they should pass out. But I didn't really see any indication that they passed out. So if that's it, then we might just cancel this. Or I don't know. I don't know necessarily what to do. So we're coming down to 200 meters here, under the chutes. Not even sure what burnt off. Did we lose some fins? Yeah, that's what we did. We lost 2 of the 3 fins. I don't think there's any more crew report I can do. I got 2 science, so I'll take it. Is there a crew report from here? Yeah. Oh, okay. So go. Ready? Let's recover this. I think we're gonna have to do that contract. So we got some science crew. We brought them back, but I don't think we completed. No, have pass out a high G. Have pass out from G forces. Gotta be Kerbin and gotta be flying. I really want to kind of do this. Let's go. Let's just. Oof, this is gonna be crazy here. We need a lot of thrust. I don't need it to be a big flight. So what we're gonna do? Why not? Why not? Huh? Let's do this. Let's do coupling. Can't I add things here all of a sudden? Let's start a new craft then. I'm not really sure, so no, don't save it. All right, so something. Let's risk the tourists, but not our astronauts. Something like this. Put that there, and then let's take electrical, that under that. Now let's take payload. Nope. Structure? Can't remember where it's at. Utility. That. Reaction wheel. Let's do thermal. Put a heat shield on here. Didn't look like I really needed all of those parachutes. Let's put 2 parachutes. Right there. There. That. Parachute. There we go. High. All right, so there is now our what? There we go. So that, and now we'll do the same thing. So this booster now is the main booster. We're gonna need to put on some aerodynamics so we control it. 4 of these on. Now to put I don't even know if I have these bought. I want to make it look better. I want to put some of these on. Might have to buy some stuff again. The research tree. That's what we need. The aerodynamics. Payload. Aerodynamic shell around this. Clamshell. So weird that's doing that like that. Alright. And we're gonna make it the orange and gray that we like. That back on there. Alright, I think you can see what we're trying to accomplish here, but I also want this to be recoverable. So what we're going to do here is we're going to put 2 of these on here with pressure of like higher. We want this to be low pressure, 0.2. Come out quickly, and then we want these. Trying to make this booster recoverable. These to then come out lower. Want these to come out at a higher pressure. Alright, so there's that. Now we just got to make sure the staging looks right. So I want this to go off first. And then when we separate here, also the parachutes get activated. There we go. Alright, so now what we're going to do is we're going to take these. Move them down. Ooh, go. Alright, so now we've got that, but I don't need these like going full bore. So what we're gonna do is I'm gonna cut their fuel in half. So that way then these things, when we're done with these, we're done with these sooner. And we can maybe push to, I don't know. This is gonna give them a hell of a ride, I'll tell you that much. Go ahead and get some struts here so it's stable. Again, we're just trying to get these guys to pass out. So there is our vehicle now. That's actually really, really sharp looking. All right. Can I look and see? Do we even have this bought? Bought. Can I? Go out so I can use this. I'm not really sure. Oh my god, am I out of money? It says I have no money. Oh my god, yes. Oh, this is high risk, people. I don't even know if I want to do this. What happened to all my money? Man, it would be really fun though to try this. This might end the career. Might end my career, but I'm taking the risk. I'm gonna do it. We want all of them to go. We want all of these to go. And we're going to let these things go. Do I want to do this? Do I really want to take this risk? I do not think so. Do not think I want to do this. Do I not have any money? God, what happened? No, wait, did I spend all that money on... What happened? Why does it say 0? Well, we're gonna send a... We're gonna have to complete this contract then. Cover or transmit data from space around Kerbal. Wow, what happened? I don't even know what happened. I'm gonna have to... Serious though, I do not even know what happened. Did I upgrade a building or something by accident? Don't. Alright, well, we're gonna decline that. We're gonna have to do something that we can do. Alright, build an unmanned probe that has an antenna and can generate power. I think we got that. Reach the designated equatorial orbit within deviation. Have a mystery goo unit on it. Maintain stability for 10 seconds. Right, so now we got at least some fun. What happened? Dad, I was just not paying attention to my money. God, we went broke. Right, well, so much for doing manly missions. We just went broke in our career. I was not paying attention. I don't know what I did. All right, so this contract is scientific data. So we've got to have a new unmanned probe that has an antenna. Clearly he's got an antenna. Can generate power because it has solar panels. Reach the desert around Kerbal. Have a mystery goo on it. That's what we need. We got to put a mystery goo on this. So what we're going to do is we're going to come in here and we're going to replace that. Put a mystery goo container on top to satisfy that requirement. Go. Mainstay and transmit data from space around Kerbal. So there we go. We're going to continue to call this a Mark V. So let's go ahead and launch this. It says put it in an equatorial, so let's go ahead. I might need to go to the tracking station. Or map view or something here. So that's where we need to go, way out. That is way out there. I think we can do that, no problem with this vehicle. So, all right, man. No idea what the path of that. Okay, it's just all right. Here we go. So we are. All right. Staging looks good. Nothing different with this vehicle. Staging is go. Throttle is go. SAS is go. Flight we're go. T-minus 5, 4, 2, 1. Ignition. And liftoff here of our Comrade Mark V in a mission to get unbroke. Alright. Not want to do an aggressive pitch program here. We want this to... We are trying to save our career here by need funds. Go ahead and apply this here. Pretty good. We're going to need 090 on the heading. We want equatorial. Is an unmanned Comrade Mark V vehicle that we've got going up here, so I'm not really too worried about. I think it will survive launch, so I want to carry as much velocity as possible to orbit. We are not going to throttle back here. Looking good. I might keep it under 5 Gs here, so. Alright, now we're getting heat, but everything should be okay with this heat. Got the aerodynamic shell on it. Won't be getting hot for very long here. So. Fly this up at 45 degrees all the way up through staging. So here we go. And staging. Go ahead and then just do a little ullage burn here. Activate the engine. Just a little ullage burn. Get that fuel there. Alright, we're looking good. In space, let's go ahead and get rid of the fairings. There we go, the fairings. Nice. Continue to climb out at a 45-degree angle here. Stretch out our apoapsis way out here. We got a long way to go. 9,084,000. Got a good ways to go. Let's go ahead and bring up our resource information. I believe this vehicle can do this. Go ahead and get on 090 in the heading. Go. Right, we can now do obviously one heck of a coast face. But we need to get this to 9084. So just small burns now. 9084. Oh, I went way past it. What am I doing here? Go ahead now. Go retrograde, and we got to take some of that out. Zero 084 here. That is the radial in, and that is not retrograde. That was almost an error on my part. We come up on retrograde. I do a retrograde, little retrograde burst, 9084. All right, 9079. I'll take that. It's going to take a while to get out there. We probably can see if we got some other missions that we can do in direct contact with the Space Center. Let's go ahead and make sure this thing is oriented to the sun. That looks good there. Go. So check this now. So now we've got everything. Got an unmanned probe, antenna, mystery goo, maintain stability. Everything looks good. We just now need to get this there, and now we got to transmit from space from around Kerbal. I don't want to transmit that because we're not actually around Kerbal. I don't think we actually got to get to orbit. So we're gonna wait on transmitting or capturing that science. I just don't like the idea that says around Kerbal. So still got some fuel, so we're gonna keep fuel in that. Right, so while that's now just on its coast phase out to the orbit, we can go back and see what else we can do. We might fly some urban missions here, but yeah, I guess I just wasted too much. I guess that booster was just too expensive. I don't know. I wasn't even watching my funds, but we went broke. I really would like to get a Kerbal into space. I really would like to do that. So, but we could also, since it looks like the Manley missions are just not going to work out here, could actually do something else, which is now that we, well, I don't know if we have any. Oh, wait a minute. Wait a whoa, 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 whoa. Return to... Yeah, we're just gonna fly that one mission here. There's one contract because we're gonna need to test to see if our tracking system now, it's gonna cost $150,000 to upgrade again. So, but what we need to do is we need to extend all the antenna and everything from that vehicle that we just launched. So this vehicle right here that's going out, we're gonna put in that very high equatorial orbit and extend the antenna. Extend this antenna. Extend that antenna. Extend that antenna. There we go. All right, so now, there we go. Now they're relaying and they're talking to each other. Yeah, we're just gonna fly this one mission here. We're gonna fly this out, so we're gonna warp out. That would be a good test to see if we've got relay now between these vehicles. Because we're gonna need that, because then we can maybe with that go with a vehicle around the Mun. That one's getting too far out of range. Guess that's what that means. Okay, there we go. Yeah, so they get out of range. So we need to put, oh no, 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 what the oh, I lost it again. This is bad news here. Oh, is that gonna be, I think that's gonna be close enough. Wait, oh wait, yes I do have, oh they are. Okay, so clearly we need to continue to build our geosat, or in our sorry, not our geostationary relay sat network. Crazy. The apoapsis, we can see that on the map mode there that we're getting close to apoapsis. We can also see it on the nav ball because the yellow velocity vector is approaching the horizon. Very weak signal strength here, so here we go. Do I have control of the vehicle? I do. It's amazing. This is amazing. All right, so what we're gonna do now is burn. I might run out of fuel in this tank. That's okay though. I'm not too worried about that. Yep. All right, so we need a stage. Activate. Got this little tiny engine here. We can terminate that stuff. Now we just got to fly this. We should be able to get this out into orbit. But this is a great test of our idea for our geostationary relay sat network. It's absolutely working. I like doing unmanned flights. Alright, so what do we need over here? 8872. Looking good fuel wise. 8872. Eight. Get it? Went away. Yep. Did. We got it? Yes. Yes. Yeah, success. Whew. All right, so got that out into orbit. Now, what do we want to do with this? That's more interesting. What do we want to do with this? You know, this vehicle, we could do something actually quite interesting with this vehicle. Perhaps leave it out there, because if we keep this vehicle out here, but let it catch up to the Mun, because its orbit is lower than the Mun, and let it catch up to the Mun. Or we could just go ahead. What I'm thinking is, if we could get this vehicle to basically be just skirt the Mun sphere of influence, then it's almost like we have a vehicle pretty close to orbiting, to be a relay for the Mun. I'm just not really sure what to do here. The other option, the other thing to think about is, do we want to send this to the Mun now? Yeah, we need to do this test. So this is going to be a test here. We are going to continue the burn. We are going to send this. Because what I want to test is, I want to test if we can still keep contact at the Moon, so we can send a probe around the Moon. Because this one, I don't think we're can do it. So now what we're going to do is, we're just going to go ahead and warp this, because I don't want to spend any more of my funds. You can see they're talking there. Both talking. Low signal, but they are talking. Now it's got direct. Why has it got direct? Oh, wait a minute here. Oh my word. If I put this on the normal. Okay, so no, of course not. You know, okay, you don't have to orient, but it just has direct contact with the Space Center now. That's why it doesn't need. Right, okay, that's, oh no, that's why it has direct contact now. Now this should go away. Probably lose signal. Yep, I don't have signal. I do have signal. We're just trying, now I have direct signal with the Space Center. What I'm trying to do is, I'm just trying to see if, looks like yes, we need to continue to build our relay sat network. That's what we need to do. See, we would have, to come out of warp, see, we would have either direct contact or a relay sat network to the MUN. Because we would get tremendous amount of science for that. So, but yeah, I can't believe we went broke. Oh my god, that is just hilarious. You know what we ought to do though as a test? I know this it won't get us really anything, but we need to obviously run the science. But what we need to do is we need to transmit data back. So do we get any before we lose? Let's go ahead and do this here. Didn't we put a science on this? So we already transmitted from here, from space high over Kerbal. All right, so since we're out here, I think that what we ought to do is just send this vehicle out into space. And now just send it out into space. Do a test of how far those satellites would reach. Yep, this is burn. Because will they talk to Minmus? Or do we need to get better antennae? So we're just gonna continue to burn here. Do a range test. Whew. Like I said, we got that contract with a lot of funds. But I can't believe we went broke. Alright, so that's good because I just want to test here. That's all I want to do. Let's go ahead and keep running our test here. We're doing a multi-day test here. We also need to watch this, the Sat-1 MUN, see if we get control of it back. We do. We got it. Tracking station. That Sat-1 MUN we got back. So Sat-1 MUN, we need to fly it. Alright, so Sat-1 MUN, we were able to go ahead and we didn't have to terminate it. Let's see what it had on it. I don't remember what it had on it. It's got a heat shield. So let's... That was a contract, right? Yep. So there we got that contract done. Oh. More money. We need money. Alright, let's go ahead and I think really not much else that we can do, so we could actually just got already done all this. We couldn't do anything else because we couldn't have access to it, so alright, so transmitted that. Why does it have a heat shield if I don't have any? Oh wait, I got a parachute, don't I? Isn't that a parachute right there? Yeah, it's a parachute right there. Alright, so let's go ahead and just deorbit this thing, huh? I can't do it way out. I gotta do it here, so it doesn't really matter. I think we've got enough fuel to do it. Oh yeah, we got plenty of fuel. Just deorbit this thing. deorbit, fly it down, because the other guy, remember this, way that you can change, gotta be a way you can change the focus, I would imagine. Me can't yet without my upgrade, so we just gotta get this thing. I can't do any relay, it's just barely talking, so we've got to do this burn right here. Oh, this is crazy. That guy's gonna be sent out on a test outside of the MUN, see if we can, see if those antenna work for Minmus. Clearly they work, but the relay, that's what we got to work on. For that. This is going to be one hell of a burn, so it's just going to take some time here. Coming down, we're getting it to come down. But if you watch my Mission 0, you can see that I set it up on a pretty hard difficulty with only one ground tracking station there at the Kerbal Space. So, I guess we could try, why couldn't we build a ground station? Why couldn't we just build a ground station out of our, like our Musk Mark 1 Sci-Hopper kind of design with solar panels and a bunch of batteries and stuff, and just make some other ground stations? Yeah, why can't we do that? So probably in Mission 6, we are definitely going to have to continue to build our relay network here. It's definitely what we're going to have to do. So this will, once we've got this guy on the ground, this will conclude Mission 6 here of my Kerbal Kareer. So here we go. We're deorbiting. We're in retrograde. Like we're gonna have, looks like we're gonna have plenty of fuel. So I'm gonna do that. I do that. Oh, this is a lot of fun. I can't believe I didn't do this earlier in Kerbal Space Program. Because making it hard like this makes it very realistic. I said we had enough fuel, but this is going to be real close here. Like I couldn't do the burn out at Apoapsis where it would have been more fuel efficient because I just would lose signal. So we're forced to do the burn here while we have connection with the Space Center. Looks like we're gonna be okay. Looks like we're gonna be able to deorbit burn. That looks good. We're gonna capture the atmosphere. Come on. I'll go down to about 40 kilometers. That'll give us a nice entry. So the relay antennas we got are good, but not directly, but the relay ones are kind of. All right, here we go. Alright, we'll take that. Now what we'll do is we'll just stay here and we'll start to warp. Let this drop in now. While we're watching that other one that's heading way out to Minmus area, not going to Minmus, but just that altitude of orbit. That little guy had a... that Sat-1 MUN, it definitely had a interesting trip here for the last, what, 10 days or something like that here in the game. So, all right, here we go. And we're now entering the atmosphere, so let's go ahead and get out of this view. Oh. Oh, I don't have any control. I've lost control of the... Oh, this is not good at all. This is not good at all. This is not good at all. I'm facing forward. I got too low, so I lost from Kerbal Space Center. So this, yep. Well, this vehicle doesn't look like it's going to survive. SAS is on, so it's on its own battery power. It's going to stay in this orientation. This vehicle will be lost, but we completed the contract. But we'll go down in flames here. Oh, vehicle lost. So there we go. So, well, we recovered one vehicle. I guess what we can do is we can just continue the test here to finish up mission 6 of my Kerbal Kareer just by testing the relay distance here. So let's go to the tracking station. Definitely going to have to build up our relay network here in mission 6. In the real world out here, there is some weather. All right, so we got a new mission you can see with a eccentricity to that orbit. So we got a new orbit mission, but let's go ahead and just spin here. We're day 13, so let's just spend some time here sending this probe out. When it goes behind Kerbin, we lose contact. Oh, we did lose contact. Do not have control of this vehicle, so I'm going to control that. Don't control that. Can't fly that either. So let's just see if we get a connection again. So we do with the space center, but the relay network is not strong enough. Okay, so we're confined with our Comrade program to the Mun, but we definitely need to continue to build up our relay sat network. Very, very interesting. All right, well, since we know that that's going to be a strong signal. We have a direct access to the Space Center. That's very, very interesting. So, all right, so what I'm going to do here is can't to terminate this debris. Terminate that. Terminate that one. Terminate that one. I'm going to terminate, that is debris, terminate that one. So now at least it's cleaned up. But with this Mark 5 going out, so we do have control of it. And so we're going to keep that going out so we can actually then make sure that we can go to Minmus. But that's going to be challenging, but we might get there in the future. But right now, we're going to focus on probably just going to the Mun here, but we need to, in the next mission, we need to focus on building that relay sat with 4 satellites so we have a much better communication so we can start to do Mun missions. Of course, we can fix all this by then focusing on Manley missions too, or manned missions, but I just call them Manley because I named them after Scott Manley here. What is all of this stuff? Oh, these are all the launch pads. See, this is... We got all the launch pads here. I don't need that. Very interesting. So relays 1 and 2 are working out really, really good. But we just need to learn more about this whole communication network and how those antennae work. So, all right. Well, that is very good experimental data here that we've got. So very good. And yeah, so come on now, the plan. Thumbs up because you're amazing. Subscribe, chime that bell to get notified. I am Uncle Mike.